So example 2. So we now are going to find the value of r, but again we have an inequality. So it says negative 110 is less than or equal to 2 parentheses 1 minus 8r. So again, we're going to treat it like we would an equation. The only difference is we have a less than or equal to. So we want to start by getting rid of grouping symbols. So we're going to distribute. Okay, so when I do that, that's going to give me 2 minus 16r, and then bring everything else straight down. Now, in this problem, notice how our variable is on the right side, and typically we want to keep things on the left. So we're going to fix that here in just a second. So combine like terms, that one I can skip that step because it's not necessary. Variables on the same side. We already had the variables on the same side, so we're going to skip that step. So now we want to get our constants together. So I need to move this 2 over here by this negative 110. So to do that, I'm going to subtract the 2 from both sides. So now negative 110 and negative 2 give me negative 112, less than or equal to negative 16r. Okay? So now I'm going to divide both sides by negative 16. Now, because I'm dividing by a negative, okay, I'm going to throw up my caution symbol here. I got to flip my symbol. So instead of it being a less than or equal to, it's now going to be a greater than or equal to. Negative divided by a negative is a positive. 112 divided by 16 is 7. Now, it's not written in the format it needs to be written to. You see, this is now a greater than or equal to. 7 is greater than or equal to r. And whenever I go to shade, that doesn't really make sense because it's not written the format we're supposed to have it written in because the variable's not on the correct side. You see, this is read as all numbers. And when we shade, we want to make sure we're shading correctly. So do we shade numbers that are bigger than 7 or do we shade numbers that are smaller than 7? Well, I'm going to start by putting the 7 on the number line. And my circle. It's definitely going to be a closed circle because 7 is a part of the solution. But it actually needs to go this way. R needs to be on this side, 7 on this side. The tail is pointing to the R. We want to keep it that way. So it's actually all numbers less than or equal to 7. So we are going to shade this way. Now you can always tell by picking a number and plugging it in. So if that's the case, if I chose 0 and I plug 0 back in, okay, so 8 times 0 is 0. 1 take away 0 is 1. Is that a true statement? Is negative 110 less than or equal to 2? And the answer is yes, that's true. If I pick a number that's greater than 7, like 10, okay, so 8 times 10 is 80. 1 take away 80 is negative 79. So is negative 110 less than or equal to 2 times negative 79? 2 times negative 79 is negative 158. And I would rather be $110 in the hole versus 158. So negative 158 is not greater than negative 110, so that is false. So again, you can pick numbers on the number line, plug back into the original to check. So this one was a double flip. And you have to be careful using the symmetric property here. So it was a double flip because of the fact that I divided by a negative and the fact that the variable was located on the right instead of the left. So you probably could have gotten down at least this far. This answer is still true, but then when you come to shading, that would have been wrong. So you want to make sure you know how to shade just as well as you do anything else.